Okay, hey guys, it's JP from twocoastcustoms.com, and if you remembered in our last video, we made these predator dreads out of the foam, and since then I've sculpted and casted a bunch of beads to go on them to give them the correct look. And what I want to show you today is a technique that I use when I'm detail painting. And what this technique actually does is it will allow you to flood the paint from the brush onto the object. And what this enables you to do is get an opaque color by using a light color on a dark color. Now I know that sounds messed up, but I'll show you guys what I'm talking about here. Alright, this is just a dread ring that I had created, and it's kind of black, so we'll go ahead and throw on the gold background so you can get a better take. These little tutorials I put up, sometimes they can be a little noobish, but sometimes if you're just getting into prop making, these can help you out. And I learned how to make props online and reading books, so as well as painting, so all we're doing here is a little dry brush technique. Most of you already know. But we're just going with the gold over the black. And mine's a little more wet of a brush. But for tutorial purposes, we're just going to coat this sucker on up. One good thing about brushing over black is if you make a mistake, you can come back with black and fix it, or black rub or black wash, whichever you prefer. They pretty much get the same effect. You can even come back in with airbrush and get a really sick blackening effect, but I will not get into that because that's a whole different beast. Not right now anyway. If you guys requested, I'll set it up and show you guys how to use the airbrush on these things. But anyway, okay, we got a good gold base there. So anyway, you can see my warrior symbol here, and the effect I'm trying to achieve is I want to put red on top of this. Alright, but I want the red to be like sticking out. So the first problem I used to have is when I put the red on there, or a lighter color on top of dark color, you run into the problem of having to put multiple coats. And that's not a bad thing, but if you want to do this and move on to the next one, as there's like about 50 different ones I'm painting here, you want to use like a flood coat. And what I mean by a flood coat is where you actually flood the paint off the tip of your brush onto the object, as opposed to actually using your brush as a brush and brushing it. I'll show you the brush I'm using here. I'll hold it against my thumb. It's kind of got a longer bristle, okay? And the reason you want this longer bristle is so you can actually drag it, okay, across what you're trying to paint in detail. And I've just wet the tip of the brush in some water, kind of shook it off, okay, and that gets the fibers moist so the paint will actually slide off a lot better. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come right here. I have some red opaque acrylic paint. It's kind of along the lines of a fire engine red. I actually really dig this color. This is a folk art color, but it's very, very bright, vibrant, almost like my airbrush colors. Okay, so basically what I've done is put a really good flood. I don't know if you can see that tip there. It almost looks like the end of a match. It's got so much paint on it. But the reason for that is when I go to lay down the paint on my graphic here, what I can do is I can start from one end and I can drag the brush. Okay? And because we've got our brush loaded up with paint, it's just going to flood that paint right on to what we're painting here. Okay, if I see that I kind of start getting light spot, I just load up my brush again, and again just flood it. I'm putting no pressure on this brush. It's literally just dragging the bead here. So just keep your brush with the appropriate amount of paint and just drag it on along. And this is putting us an opaque red right on the top of there, okay? When this dries, it's going to look just like that. You don't have to worry about the base color coming through as long as you get enough flood on there. So we'll just continue and pull on the bottom here. A lot of these techniques I show in these videos take a little time to get used to, especially the soft hand when you're sculpting or painting. But I try to do these videos, man, to help out people. Not so much that need help, but you know, I learned to make props and all my painting and stuff from books and online literature that other people wrote to help other people. So yeah, that's basically it, guys. This is just a little flood technique you can use. You can also use this if you want to paint a straight line or drag a straight line and not have to go back and recoat it. Yeah, just a little technique I wanted to share with you guys. As always, thanks for watching the videos. Thanks to the 405th.com and 405th Insider for, you know, showing these tutorials and stuff like that. But this is JP with twocoastcustoms.com. Check us out on the website, and I look forward to more tips. Thanks, guys.